Blackout Cancer Game Day in Carbondale inside Banterra Center tonight, as it's the Salukis and Redbirds, these two in-state foes, with SIU trying to go for the regular season sweep of Illinois State. With the coach Ronnie Watson, I am Luke Martin. This is your Saluki radio preview for the Redbirds tonight. Coach Watson, there's so much to look at that box score on Wednesday night in Des Moines and like if you're SIU. What was the biggest thing you had circled, or a couple of things you had circled of that's a really big positive that SIU can build off of?
Rebounding is always a big deal, and Southern out-rebounded Drake. They out-rebounded on the opposite boards 12-5. The big reason for the offensive rebounding was because Southern was really on shots, and that really helped take away Drake's transition offense. The other big thing that I thought was important is that Drake only allows teams to get no more than 10 assists a game. Southern had 14, which means they were doing more off the pass instead of just off the dribble down the floor and down the middle. The Southern played a really nice game. I really felt like Southern outplayed Drake and just had some unfortunate breaks throughout the game. When there are as many free throw shot as there were, and Southern was 20 of 22. Drake is 32 of 40. Those are big things you circle and kind of ask, why is that so lopsided? But all that said, Southern did a whole bunch of things they needed to do to win the game, just couldn't quite get it over the hump at two of the right times.
Let's look at the game now between the Redbirds and Salukis. Illinois State, a little hard to figure out. They had a really good stretch at the end of January, won 3 of their last 4, which included winning in Springfield, which is a hard place to win. What do you see from this Redbird team since the last time we saw them, which Kendall Lewis and Miles Foster were, of course, 2 major pieces that night in Normal?
It seems like Lewis and pretty consistent. Burford didn't play in the last game. Don't really know why that happened, but they've had a lot of guys not playing conference games, which is a little bit odd. But still, Illinois State's a team that their record really doesn't match what you see when you watch them play. They swept Murray State. They beat Belmont at home, like you said. To win at Springfield, Missouri, it's a team that's very capable of winning the whole thing in Missouri State. That shows you that the talent level is really high. Dalton Banks is really the most consistent player on the team from start to the present. He's leading them in scoring, their team. But again, it's the guard play that has been a little bit inconsistent.
It seems like Southern is starting to get some help from that support cast, along with Xavier Johnson playing at a high level.
Xavier's played at a high level from the start of the season, but you're right. Trent Brown is the guy that you kind of look at and say, maybe AJ Ferguson took something from that. Maybe Kennard Davis took something from that performance back on January 6th. Rupert is really playing a much more low post presence game in the last 3 since the time to play last. Scotty Abube, we've seen flashes of impressive dominant play when he gets in the game. Troy D'Amico, Jared Hensley, those guys are going to be big factors. We'll talk about in slowing down a guy like Kendall Lewis. So I think a lot had to do really with what Trent Brown did in being aggressive, and everyone else kind of followed suit.
For the coach, Ronnie Watson, I am Luke Martin. We will talk to you later on tonight inside Banterra Center. Tip-off at 6. Our pregame radio coverage begins at 5. Remember, it's our Blackout Cancer game. Wear black, wear your Saluki pride. We will see you tonight inside Banterra Center. Go Dogs!